environmental protesters, and they want to bring awareness to that we're destroying the planet, which is true, which is a valid thing to do. So what do these fucking idiots do? They block the road and just make everybody mad. Like, I don't understand. It's like, don't you want people to be in a good mood so they can hear whatever your message is? Instead, you make them late. What if somebody's going to dialysis or, God forbid, some woman's in labor? What the fuck are you doing? Idiots, right? So they fucking, there's like 5 of them, all these women, right? Little skinny vegan-looking women, right? They block the road. So the cop shows up with like this fucking Dodge Ram, and he drives in and he just plows into like this. It's like some sort of like trailer or something they put across the road, like something you would carry a car on or something. He just plows into it, Dukes of Hazzard style. And they're like, what the fuck? And then he whips around and starts driving right at him. And he's on the thing going, you better get out of the way or something like that. Then he gets out of the fucking truck and he pulls out either a taser or a gun. He's going, get on the fucking ground. Get on the fucking ground, right? Fucking idiot. Total overreaction. He could have fucking, like they're morons. They're absolute morons. What they're doing is annoying. But his reaction to it is just as fucking stupid. Like, what are you doing? You're damaging the fucking truck for no goddamn reason. You're plowing into the fucking thing. You're acting like you're in some fucking action movie. And then you pull out your weapon and you're pointing it at these fucking 5 vegans that collectively maybe weigh 200 pounds. They're not fucking armed. They weren't being violent. They didn't hurt anybody. It was a total overstep of his fucking authority. But people that don't like fucking liberals and everything, like, that's good police work. That's good. It isn't good police work. There's nothing about it was good fucking police work. And it's like, wait till that fucking gets turned around on you when it's a fucking issue that you give a shit about and you're exercising your right to fucking protest. Here's the thing. I thought the fucking idiots who blocked the road were idiots, and I thought the cops' reaction to it was a bunch of fucking idiots. That's, I don't know. I'm self-centered. I feel like that's the point that should have been made. I'm taking a sip of my broth. Fucking, like, the level of, like, anger that this cop had because these idiots blocked this fucking road. He could have just came up and be like, what do you, ladies, what are we doing here? I understand. I want to clean up the environment too, but there's people here. Somebody could be on dialysis. We can't do this. This is dangerous. There could be a fire. An ambulance is trying to get through. This is not the way to get your point across, okay? I don't want to have to arrest you. Can we just clear this out of the way here? And you could do that. Calm voice, not escalating the situation. And this guy comes in like, boy, Luke Duke, ain't fucking where the beat of that boo. He fucking comes in. Having his fucking cop fantasy. Acting like a fucking jerk-off. Complete fucking jerk-off. But they have us so fucking divided that behavior is all right because it aligns with your your politics. I'll tell you one of my favorite things is how each side thinks the other side is dumb, and then each side thinks the other side's a bunch of babies. Specifically, the right thinks that liberals are a bunch of fucking snowflakes, whiny, entitled assholes, which, I mean, come on. That's pretty fucking true, right? But, like, for conservative people to act like they're not the biggest fucking babies also is fucking hilarious. Have you seen this fucking, my people, Whitey, we're all fucking upset. There's enough of us to get it going, trending anyway. We're upset about the new Cinderella movie. The actress playing Cinderella isn't white. There's no prince. They changed the story. What am I going to tell my kids? The shit that my people get upset about. What am I going to tell my kids? Well, fucking talk around it the way you do we talk around the real history of this country. I think you can do that. You can talk around fucking genocide and slavery. I think you can talk around a stupid fucking movie about some broad who didn't exist. You can't do that? Go take them to go see fucking Pinocchio. I don't like Pinocchio because that fucking wooden puppet transitions into a real boy. First of all, I don't like trans people, and God only makes real boys. Not some immigrant named Geppetto. What am I supposed to tell my kids? And then you got on the other side, you got all the fucking liberals, you know. Hey, how you doing, sweetheart? Call me sir, right? Doing all of that shit and having a fucking absolute fucking meltdown. And that's basically what it is. It's my people having meltdowns while ignoring truly oppressed people in this country. Listen, I know you don't get the opportunities I do, but I really have to can we just talk about the new Cinderella movie right now, okay? Oh my God, like, I don't even know what to tell my children. Anyway, I woke up this morning, boo-doo, and I have to clean up. You know, I'm keeping this apartment clean because it's depressing enough to not be out here with my family and all of that shit, right? And the fucking heat that's still coming in, like, I'm having like fucking fever dreams here. So I'm cleaning this place up, and every once in a while, I like to watch that Susan Boyle clip, you know, where she comes out and she sings Les Mis on American Idol. And it's such a fucking amazing moment because she comes out and, like, she literally looks like a woman from, like, the fucking early 1800s. You know what I mean? Before any woman could get her hair done, get her eyebrows plucked and all of that stuff, right? She's come out like she's just built like she can survive on the frontier. So no one thinks this angelic voice is going to come out of her body, and then all of these fucking, you know, then we're all like crying and oh my God. Who would think something as beautiful as that would come out of that? And then I always love, like, how the host kind of put it on the crowd also, rather than, they didn't say it themselves. Like, none of them said, like, wow, you came out looking like a battle axe. I never thought something beautiful would come out of this package. Because I remember, like, Simon Cowell, she goes, how old are you? She goes, 47. And he fucking rolls his eyes, which you're not supposed to do. They're supposed to act like ageism doesn't exist or that they're against it. He just rolls his fucking eyes like, lady, you've been washed up for fucking 2 decades. And then in the end, that fucking Pierce guy, who I thought he was a journalist. I don't know what the fuck he's doing on that show. So he goes like, you know, there wasn't anyone in this room that was on your side. It's like, how do you know that? You're superimposing what the fuck you thought when she came out on this fucking stage. So I always liked that whole thing, you know. I always like watching that whole fucking thing and getting choked up watching her fucking, by myself, getting teary-eyed watching her fucking crushing that song. And then you look at her, it's like, yeah, of course she didn't make it in this fucking business. She's a humble, nice human being. She thinks of others. She just seems like a really nice person that's not like super competitive and willing to fucking do anything that she has to do to make it in this business. And then she comes around at 47, keeping it real. Looking like she should be walking out there with a rolling pin, chasing some fucking street kids off her stoop, right? And she comes out and fucking kills it. I don't know why. Every once in a while I think of it and I watch it. And it makes me teary-eyed and it also makes me fucking laugh. All right, sorry. Just had a fucking sneezing fit. Oh, I got the itchies. I got the itchy throat here. Anyway. And having said all of that, I thought she was going to stink too. You know what I mean? Because you're like, there's no way something like a beautiful singing voice is coming out of that. You know, it's just what you thought. And you know why you think things like that? Because that's how God made us. That's why, not because of society or anything like that. Society developed by the way human beings think. And the way human beings think is the way God made us. And he made us that way because he either didn't give a fuck or wanted to be endlessly entertained with the backbiting, the fucking psychopaths. Like, a buddy of mine just did a gig in some fucking country, and they were saying there's 2 people running for fucking office. There was the fucking iron fist person, and then the person like, hey man, like what if, like, you know, people like could, like, you know, like chill, you know what I'm saying, man? So the iron fist person just put the other one in jail. They do that every fucking time. And it's like, why doesn't the nice person ever put the fucking asshole in prison? It just never works that way. Like, the fucking asshole is willing to do anything that they have to fucking do to get where they're at. Like, why does God make people like that? Like, these horrible, fucking mean people. I want to, like, I got this new idea for a joke that I can't do it on this thing. It has to do with the robots that they're making and why they need them to feel human emotion. It's pretty, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not the most uplifting thing I've ever done. So, anyway, had good shows all this week. For the first time this week, I fucked up a line and I went totally blank, which theater people say you're in the white room, and I had no fucking idea where the fuck I was going to go. And I went back and forth a couple times with the other actor, and then he knew where it was going, and he just asked me a question about my next line, and that made me pop, and I was just like, what a it was Michael McKean, and he just fucking laid it right in my lap, and I was able to cruise the rest of the way. And then I was like beating myself up. He goes, no, man. He goes, it happens. And it fucking happens. Da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, all right, I guess okay. I just have to learn that that's going to happen every once in a while. I didn't freak out. I just sat there like, well, I don't know what to do now. And we talked back and forth a couple of times, and the crowd actually laughed at like what we were saying, and nobody noticed. Obviously, the director and the other cast members noticed. They're like, dude, you skipped half a page. And yeah, so I was kind of beating myself up, and then I was like, all right, I got to fucking kill the second act. Second act went great. And I just like through doing stand-up and trying to get somewhere in stand-up, I learned, this is for people like, whatever the fuck you're trying to do in life, you got to be forgiving of yourself. You just got to be like, I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to fuck up. Everybody does it. And you just got to like laugh about it. And you end up learning something from it. And you also end up gaining poise. Because if you can kind of be in a difficult situation and stay relaxed, and kind of beating myself up, and then I was like, all right, I got to fucking kill the second act. You're in on the joke too. Second act went great. It makes it, and I don't know, it's a lot easier to. I just like to get through. I mean, that's one doing stand up and trying to get somewhere in stand up. I learned a fucking taser or a gun. This is for people like whatever the fuck you're trying to do in life. You got to be forgiving of yourself. You just got to be like, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna fuck up. Everybody does it. Because the liberals were saying such dumb shit. You just gotta like laugh about it. We're environmentalists. We're protesters. It's like, would anybody actually fucking say that with a fucking weapon pointed at them? Maybe they do. Because if you can kind of be in a difficult situation, stay relaxed, and kind of just sit there. The whole thing just seemed like a cliche. You know, like the right doesn't put up with it. You stick that in the road, fucking drive it over the truck, stick gun in your face, say, now what, bitch? To get through. I mean, I'm late for my biscuits and gravy. Or you can go through another way through life is you pull out a fucking taser or a gun and you point it at 5 fucking soccer mom vegans. It almost seems staged. Because the liberals were saying such dumb shit like, we're environmentalists. We're protesters. It's like, would anybody actually fucking say that with a fucking weapon pointed at them? Maybe they do. I don't know. Sometimes cliches are true. The whole thing just seemed like a cliche. You know, like the right doesn't put